Oh, yes, let's light up those pumpkins, everybody, because we are live. It is Monday night. Let's see who else is awake and alive out there tonight. Happy Michael Myers Monday, everybody. Welcome to it. If you're new here, my name is Matt. We are Halloween Daily News. In this little Halloween costume party you found yourself in the middle of this evening is what we like to call Michael Myers Monday Live, our weekly gathering with our fellow friends, fans, fellow fanatics, and everything in between, otherwise known as the Legion of Michael Myers. So if you're new, welcome. And that brings me to our returning friends. What's up, everybody? Happy Michael Myers Monday. You made it. You're here. If you're here, that means you made it through another week. It means we all made it through another Monday, which Mondays can be a bitch sometimes, but we survived. You survived. We're here. We're together. We're celebrating Michael Myers Monday together. So here's to you guys. Thanks for joining me. How is everybody this evening? All right, guys. I was just getting some weird, unexpected audio. Oh, I see what it is. I've got my phone volume turned on. That's why I was hearing my voice. I'm always hearing my own voice in my head as it is, but that was like an extra version of it that was a little more unexpected. So, this guy keeps pulled the autofocus over here, so he's just going to have to chill like that. All right, I'm going to turn over here to the live chat for just a minute and check in with everybody. I see a lot of familiar friends and family and names and Triple M crew. Megan and David, of course, checking in earlier tonight. I love to see it. Camp Blood Collections was here early on as well. Joseph the Horror Guy, what's going on, man? Phil is in the house as well. Happy Michael Myers Monday to you. Of course, it wouldn't be a Monday night without Teenage Teen Wolf. What's up? Happy Michael Myers Monday. Byron, another good friend of ours. Hollywood Lito in the house, one of our favorite Michael Myers cosplayers, and I saw another one of our favorite Michael Myers cosplayers, The Shape of Winter, also lurking in here. Both these guys really good at lurking and stalking in the shadows. Some of our favorite Michael Myers cosplayers in the house tonight in the live chat. I love to see it. Let's see who else has dropped in. Darlene has checked in. What's up? Happy Michael Myers Monday to you. Yes, thank you for sending us that picture of your new dog shirt, Michael Myers dog shirt. We'll talk about that in a little bit in our merch updates. Lots of merch updates this week. Rob Windsor has checked in. What's up, man? Happy Michael Myers Monday to you as well. Let's see who else got in here early. We got a pretty good crowd filtering in. Hollywood Vibes in the house. What's up, man? Happy Michael Myers Monday. David Suber in the house. Headbanging Pumpkin. Yep, that's me. That's me. Call me the Headbanging Pumpkin. Tim Leo, what's up, man? Happy Michael Myers Monday to you as well. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I see we got a good crowd filtering in here tonight. And again, we don't have a huge night of breaking news, but we got some fun little news bites for us to chew on and digest tonight, and some stuff we're going to talk about, namely that H20 4K release announcement today. We're going to talk a little bit about that, and we're actually going to spend a significant portion of tonight's Triple M show celebrating the 25th anniversary of Halloween H20, because as that 4K announcement came out, and we're also going to be talking about a upcoming anniversary screening in a little bit. And so and then when you look at the calendar, it's even more fitting because the actual theatrical anniversary of H20 is coming up. August 5th, 1998 is when H20 hit theaters, and that is, of course, this Saturday. So happy 25th to H20. It is a milestone, to say the least, for that film, which is one of the most popular in the franchise. So we're going to be talking about those news items. We've got, like I said, quite a few new merch updates to talk about, and I've already included a few links down below, and some other cool stuff to go as well. Starting off, though, we're going to do our show and tell, and some of you might have noticed, if you watched my Marshall's Hallow hunting video from yesterday, I scored the shirt. Check it out. I got a brand new Michael Myers shirt from our local Marshall's store. It was $10, and this is what's on the front, which is kind of unique. You know, most of the horror shirts I own, it's got a picture on front and nothing on back. This one, very unique. It's got Michael's face, Halloween, and rather than me stand up and make you all have to stare at my ass or anything like that, I'm gonna instead pull up a photo that I took of what's on the back of this shirt. There you go. Not a people person. And I know a few of you regulars, Triple M crew members here in the live chat can relate to this at least as much as I can. I love you guys. I love my kind of people. But we all know it's a dedicated crowd. It's a few and far between. But I could definitely relate to this shirt as soon as I saw it at our local Marshall store. You know, we go to these stores this time of year looking for new Halloween products, quite frankly, because that's when they're putting them out in July nowadays. And we do these Hallow hunting store walkthrough videos. And at our Marshall store in the last few weeks, I've gone and they've had some really cool Michael Myers shirts and Ghostface shirts and just other horror-related t-shirts, very reasonably priced. But usually if it was something that I really liked for myself, it wasn't in my size. And when I first saw this one, I even said it in the video, oh man, this is totally me. I can totally relate. If they had it in my size, I'd probably have to get it because I was looking at this one. This was a medium. And then when you know it, a few seconds later, I see, oh, they do have an XL. They do have my size. And I actually thought for a second, I debated with myself for just a second, should I get this? Is it too, I mean, even though I totally relate and I saw immediately it's totally maybe meant for me, I'm also trying to be better, you know what I mean? I'm trying to be like if I'm out in a public place or something. I don't want people to think they can't, that I'm going to be an asshole or something on that level. So I texted the picture to my wife, and of course she said, oh, that's totally you. You have to get it. Just get it. And so here we are. So thanks to you guys that noticed the new t-shirt. And yeah, shout out to Marshall's. I love it. It's very comfortable. It's a color. I don't think I own any other shirts in this color. It's kind of a, I don't know, a dark yellow, almost orangey yellow. But I like it. I really dig it, and I like that this is on the back rather than on the front, just as for it being really unique and different. So I guess there's our first merch update, if you want to count it as that. But again, $10 at Marshall's, can't beat that. Aha, I see the great Andromeda 1741 has checked in, driving again but listening. Awesome. So happy to hear it. Andromeda, of course, one of our esteemed channel members. I got a plug membership. It's just $5 a month. You get to see certain pre-recorded videos early before they go public, including our most recent interview. We published it last week with the director of the new action thriller Till Death Do Us Part. His name is Timothy Woodward Jr. If you haven't checked it out, I urge you to check it out. Also, check out his movie. It's a lot of fun. But members had access to that about 24 hours before the general public did, and we'll keep doing stuff like that. Tomorrow I'm recording another interview with a subject who shall remain nameless in a mystery until it's in the can, then I'll announce it. Not with this franchise, but another director, because we can't interview actors at the moment. But I love talking to filmmakers and directors, and this director directed a really excellent, awesome Halloween horror movie that's currently out right now. It just came out a few weeks ago. That's all I'll say. Don't want to spoil it anymore. Again, not related to Michael Myers or this franchise, but I'm very excited for it, and you guys can look forward to that, in addition to all the other cool stuff we've got coming your way here on the channel. Yes, Teen Wolf, a mustard yellow. That's what I was going to say. It is a weird mustard yellow. Yes. Absolutely. Yes, Darlene Marshalls. And yeah, Darlene sent us, we'll look at this real quick if I can pull it up over here. Our own Darlene DM'd us on IG this cool shot. We'll take a look at it now as we're moving from show and tell into merch, I guess, slowly. But here's another item spotted out in the wild at her PetSmart. I mean, it's got Michael. It even says John Carpenter's Halloween down below. That is an awesome dog shirt. And again, not to get too off track here, I've got more merch news to talk about after the H2O stuff. But whatever, if we go out of order, who cares, right? Because I want to pull up this real quick. I was gonna mention it later on, but since it ties in with Darlene's share about the Michael Myers dog T-shirt, did you guys see? Where was it? No, I'm not seeing it on here. All right, never mind. I'll have to pull that up later on. Actually, I can do it right now. I think there is, and you've seen these before. I've seen these, but now there is the official new Michael Myers pet costume, dog costume. Have you seen this? It is from Ruby's Costume Company. Here we go. And yeah, check this out. Let me pull it up. Pretty cool. You can't run from Michael Myers, especially when he has 4 legs. And the caption here on Ruby's Costume Company's Instagram account just a few days ago says, join us in this Halloween legend and celebrating the 25th anniversary of, what are we celebrating tonight? Halloween H2O. That's right. This dog costume, this Michael Myers dog costume, is officially licensed from Halloween H2O. So dressing your dog as H2O, Christa Ray, and Michael Myers this Halloween, technically you're part of that 25th anniversary celebration. Of course, the entire year is the 45th anniversary celebration. We've not had any new guest announcements since last Monday, so we're not going to do a H45 update this evening unless something breaks while we're live or did in the last hour and I missed it. You guys can let me know if so. But you can see our previous report on the most recent guest announcements. And that dog costume you can find at Ruby's. Darlene's says that you can find that T-shirt at PetSmart. And yeah, you can find my T-shirt at your local Marshalls. Maybe, if you're lucky. Like I said, there was like this one and a medium in there, and that was it. And every time I've gone into our local Marshalls, it's a pretty new store. It only opened maybe a month or two ago here in our area on the Outer Rim of North Carolina. And every time I've gone in, though, be it every other week or whatever, I always check the horror shirts, and they've always had a pretty good selection of some cool designs, if not always in my own size, always pretty good priced. But the ones that I see each time are never there when I go back, be it Michael shirts or otherwise. So they're, people in our store are snatching them up. All right. Before we get too deep into more merch, I do want to talk about, well, this is all merch, technically, I guess. It's an all merch Michael Myers Monday night. So that'd be 4 times the M. Michael Myers Merch Monday. There we go. This is Michael Myers Merch Monday, because this is merch news too, of course. You guys, I'm sure, all saw the announcement earlier today that we are getting a 25th anniversary limited edition Halloween H2O 4K Steelbook release. And it is coming on September 26th. That's when it will be released from Paramount Home Entertainment. Pre-orders are up now on Amazon, and I have put that pre-order link to Amazon in the description of this video. Now, let's take a look at the cover art for a second. There is no new bonus content listed currently. I don't know if we're going to get new content. I would hope, I kind of am hoping that we at least get the content from the Scream Factory releases, both the Ultimate Edition Blu-ray and the more recent 4K edition that was released last year in a 3-pack along with Resurrection and Curse. I would love for those bonus features to carry over. They may not, since this is not coming from Scream Factory. This is a Paramount release, and whether or not they're going to have new bonus features, I don't know. But I am curious about that. But I will say, as far as this cover art, I absolutely love it, personally. I really dig this cover art. I mean, H20, it is one of the most popular films in the franchise. It's always been one of my favorites. I saw it in theaters when it opened. I can't remember. I was trying to think today. Did I see it on opening day or was it just opening weekend? And I'm not positive. It might have been that opening Friday. It might have possibly been that opening weekend Sunday. But definitely saw it in theaters. And, holds a sentimental place in my heart. This year, obviously, if it's the 45th anniversary of the original film, then it is the 25th anniversary of H20, 20 years later. And again, this cover art, in my eyes, in my opinion, is so much better, so much cooler than the theatrical poster art. I've never been a huge fan of the mask in this film, or the masks in this film, but this is about as good as it's ever looked. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis looks badass right there, of course. And I love the jack-o'-lantern there, the fall leaves. I just think this is a cool artistic interpretation. And when we go over and we look at the full layout here of everything that's coming with this limited edition Steelbook, you can see the slipcase is actually pretty cool. It's got a slipcase that's mostly clear, but what's on it is the title treatment, those leaves that are falling everywhere, and actually the pumpkin itself, that jack-o'-lantern. So when you lift up the slipcase and slide it off the Steelbook itself, what will be left will be that cover image of Michael and Laurie with the knife between them, only instead of the jack-o'-lantern down below, it's still there, but it's now in the background, and we see that once you remove that slipcase, it reveals Laurie standing down there, ready to take on Michael in that big confrontational moment, kind of the best part of the movie. My favorite moment is when, she sends the kids away, and she's got the axe, and she screams, "Michael!" And it gives me chills every time, kind of like that moment when Loomis screams no at the end of H4. But again, big fan of this artwork. You got a cool shot of Michael coming down the stairs in the inside fold out, and then the back cover is that iconic image. That is the image that sums up H2O in so many ways. When they're finally face to face after all the talk and the build up, that moment when they're right there, they both see each other. And it's just that plate of glass separating them. Like I said, pre-orders are up on Amazon right now. It's priced at $31. Pretty fitting, 31, right? And I did put in the link to the Amazon listing for this brand new H2O 25th anniversary limited edition 4K. Now, as Steelbooks go, I admit, I'm not obsessed with owning all the Steelbooks, and I don't own very many. I know I own Texas Chainsaw Steelbook. I'm trying to think now, maybe one other, maybe not. I don't own a ton of Steelbooks. Quite frankly, not because I have anything against them. I think they're badass and they're awesome. And but a lot of times with Steelbook releases, that is the big difference, is just the Steelbook. And the completist in me wants to own every single edition, every single cover, every single minute difference, every single different year dated release of all these films if possible. But, the other part of me is also on a budget. and I can't pick up a lot of the Steelbooks sometimes. So I don't own a lot of the Steelbooks from this franchise. But let me know your thoughts on this H2O release. Like I said, a big thing I look for on any re-release is the bonus features, honestly. Especially if I already own the film on 4K or in Blu-ray. In the case of H2O, I don't own the 4K yet. I didn't get the Scream Factories. The 4Ks I own in this franchise, I own the original 78 on 4K, but I own that 2018 edition, not the more recent upgraded, from what I hear, Scream Factory edition, which I do want to upgrade to and get that on 4K. And then I own the most recent 3 films on 4K. Everything else I own on Blu-ray, but most of the Blu-rays, other than H1 and H2 and the most recent 3, all of those I own from that Ultimate Collection that was released, I believe, in 2015. Collaboration with Anchor Bay and Scream Factory, when they brought all the films up to that time together, is pretty epic. Might never see another box set like that again. I don't know. Maybe we will, but that was certainly an epic release, and I've got that big 15-disc set of that. And that's still the Blu-rays that I watch when I watch most of the sequels, not counting the most recent 3 or the first 2. And then I own all of them on DVD and a couple on VHS and so forth. Multiple DVDs from many of them. So now that you know my physical franchise history, give me yours. All right. Let me hear your thoughts on the H2 4K Steelbook. Are you going to be purchasing it? Have you already pre-ordered it? Do you love that artwork as much as I do? I mean, I think it's pretty badass. Lito says, was working at a movie theater when this film was released, saw it on opening night, and just went bonkers. Absolutely loved it. Still do. Hell yes. Hell yes. Yeah, I mean, I fondly remember the release of H2. Like I said, we're celebrating the film tonight, so I'll chime in with my personal H2 release story. I do remember, and I've told this here before on a previous live stream, but we always have different people, and it might have been a while, so I'll tell it again. 98, when H2O came out, I've always loved the original Halloween, and I've loved it and John Carpenter ever since I realized really what a director was and studied his filmography and all that. I've always thought H2 was a great sequel, and I loved how it just picks up right after it. But at 98, I had seen 4 and 5, but I wasn't really obsessed with them the way I was the original. I had seen part 3, but I was really young at the time and could not appreciate it the way I would grow to appreciate it later. Was kind of bored with it at the time when I did see it. And at the time of H2O's release in 98, I had not even seen Curse yet at all. I didn't see it in the theater. I had not rented it yet. I was that far removed because at that time in my mindset, I don't know, the late 90s, I was very much some of a snob on a lot of sequels, just on in general. I was just very much like, if it's not the original movie, any sequel by definition is crap. And I kind of, I've definitely softened my stance on a lot of that over the years. But at the time, being the moody 90s kid I was, I guess, I kind of felt that way. But at the same time, I couldn't help but be really excited when H2O was announced and it was coming. And it was announced that, Kevin Williamson was involved, because I really loved Scream. And I had kind of gotten away from some horror, at least not in the way that I watch horror like every night now. Again, in the 90s, I was all about Tarantino and just different things. And but then Scream happened, and it was really got me back into a lot of the classics and wanting to revisit stuff, the Halloween sequels and Friday the 13th and Freddy's and all the stuff they talk about in those Scream movies. So it was perfect timing for me. I was getting back into it, enjoying this kind of new wave of 90s Scream influenced horror. And here comes a Halloween movie with my all-time favorite, Michael Myers, coming back. And it's got Kevin Williamson involved, and they're taking kind of that Scream approach. It's bringing Laurie Strode back, Jamie's back, it was a big deal. I remember it being on the cover of Entertainment Weekly, and I wish I still owned that issue. Man, I mean, that's one of the many issues of magazines that have passed through my hands over the years, and I'm like, why didn't I save that forever? I wish I still owned it. But I had that issue. I did own it at the time, and I read that cover story, and it got me so hyped to hear how they were just, continuing from H2 and kind of ignoring the rest, which was revolutionary at the time. I always say everybody talks about 2018 being a requel, and the first time it was a big horror requel. Hell no, man. H2O was a requel. It was 100% a requel by every definition of a requel, and they did it way before 2018 did. So this franchise has been doing requels. I mean, I always say technically H3 is a requel, so technically this franchise has been doing requels for a long ass time. 2018 is nothing new for this franchise to do a requel, but anyway, all right, I'm going to take a breath and a drink and read some comments over here in the live chat. But you guys chime in on H2O, and then I'm going to tell you about a special screening that's coming up if you're going to be out in Hollywood in just a few days. Camp Blood's getting it right now, ordering it right now. That's great. Lito says the case for the new 4K is gorgeous. Yeah, I mean, I love the artwork, the imagery. Like I said, that back image of when they're face to face for the first time in the movie, it's just such a key moment in that whole movie. And that movie does have some great moments. I mean, some of it has not aged as well for me. Like, ironically, some of the more Scream-esque elements of it I don't love as much today as I did in 98, but there's certain elements of H2O that I love so much, and I loved it when I saw it in theater, and I loved it, and not the least of which at all is Jamie Lee Curtis and her mom. Janet Leigh, that amazing scene that they have together, the dialogue in that scene. I mean, I could talk about that one scene all night. I love it. I love it. You guys know what I'm talking about. She says, if I could be maternal for a moment, Janet Leigh says, her mom, I've seen you like this before. We all experience things. I mean, oh my God, it is so good. And then she's walking away, and there you see her car from Psycho. You hear they put just a little bit of that Psycho theme in the soundtrack to H2O right there. My God, I get chills just talking about it. It's one of those just best scenes in all the movies in this entire franchise. That one has to be probably a top 5 for me. Absolutely a top 10. But it's just so heavy for the horror genre. You know what I mean? These two icons, mother-daughter. And they appeared together before on screen, but in a Halloween movie with that specific dialogue. I just love that. I love that scene. Like I said, her screaming for Michael. I love that every time. I mean, it's got some honestly really, really good moments in the movie. Yes, that snippet of the Psycho scene in that interaction. You know what I'm talking about. Lito, hell yes. Rob says, just pre-order an H2O from Amazon. Yes. Rob and Camp Blood are pre-ordering as I'm yapping. So there you go. You're welcome, Paramount. I just sold you some more 4Ks. So if you want to send us one for review, that wouldn't hurt my feelings one bit. But anyway, yeah, that's awesome, guys. Vibes is not really a fan of H2O, but it's still good nevertheless. Well, like I always say, I mean, when it comes to this franchise, yeah, I mean, any of these movies, like I'd rather watch your least favorite of this franchise than most people's favorite of most other franchises. Because, yeah, any Michael Myers movie is always a great time for me. Darlene agrees, that's a great scene. Yeah, it's just horror royalty. It's just so cool. And I just love it every time. And H2O's got a couple moments like that are just really, really cool like that. And that's definitely one of them. Honestly, I loved the whole opening with Nurse Marion, too. That whole prologue. And you got Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Again, a future major movie star. He's in it playing a character named Jimmy, which kind of reminds us of Jimmy from H2 in a little way. A little bit. Maybe. It does me anyway sometimes when I see it. Camp Blood says, now that Paramount owns 6 through 8, I hope we see 4K steelbooks of those two. Might be the only time we'll ever get those films released like that. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if we do. Now that they have them and the fact that they're doing this with H2O, I do appreciate that they're doing H2O and they're doing it now this year for this anniversary. I think it makes total sense. I think that's cool that they're doing that this year. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all if they re-release 6 and 8 in that format too. And yeah, if you're a steelbook collector, then obviously this is a must-own. Or if you don't have H2O and 4K yet. I guess that's going to be a big difference for those of you real, technical-minded viewers out there, is the 4K transfers. Is this that same 4K transfer from the Scream Factory release last year? Remember, it was only available in the 3-pack with 6 and 8 last year. And this year, it's available in 4K for the first time by itself. So I'm just curious, what do you guys think? I have no idea myself if it's going to be the same transfer. I haven't got details of that yet. I imagine that will be forthcoming. And again, this came to my attention today from the Bloody Disgusting article. And they steered us to the Amazon link. And from that's where we got our article and our information. I've not had time. I will be reaching out to my contact at Paramount Home Entertainment, though. I do have a contact there, and they've been really kind to us. So I will be reaching out to them just to see what they know. They might not know anything and be able to tell me. They might be able to find out. But I have not had a chance to do that today. We had a photo shoot earlier today, and just been running around, and it was all I could do to queue up a couple things for tonight. But you guys tell me what you think, or what you know, if you know more than I do about this release. But I'm excited. I think it makes total sense, and I think that artwork, again, looks really cool. And I like how the slipcase, removes, and then it becomes slightly different artwork than it is with it down there. Yeah, Rob says, when it comes to our franchise, any Halloween movie takes precedent. It's Halloween, end of story, H2O. It's not 78, but still Halloween. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And again, I don't like rankings and playing favorites and all, but, 6, 7, and 8, H2O is my favorite of those three. I can tell you that. I think I'm not alone in that either. Speaking of H2O, let's go ahead and talk about this right now. Since our buddy Leto is lurking and stalking in the live chat, I want to plug an appearance he's making and an event that some of you, if you're out there on the West Coast, might actually be able to attend. It is an actual 25th anniversary. 25th anniversary theatrical screening of Halloween H2O 20 years later. I'm saying that as part of the title. It's taking place this year, 25 years later. Let me start that over. It is a 25th anniversary screening of Halloween H2O, and it is happening on August the 8th. There's going to be a Q&A as well as, it says Q&A to be announced, trivia and prizes, courtesy of Horror Pack. And Leto is going to be stalking the site as the boogeyman. So again, it is happening next Tuesday, August 8th at the TCL Chinese Theaters in Hollywood. I put a direct link to purchase tickets if you are going to be in the area. That link is in the description of this video. And like I said, I believe Leto is in our live chat at the moment as I'm speaking. So if you have any questions, he would be the man to ask, and he will be there. He does a great job as Michael Myers. We've talked about it before, and you've seen him on at various events like this over the years, and in that new video or board game promo video, and that is happening Tuesday, August 8th. Once again, in celebration of this year's big 25th anniversary of H20. It does get a little weird and twisty on the tongue. You know, the 25th anniversary of the H20, 20 years later, is very, yes, it's happening 25 years after 20 years later. Right? Yeah. Lito says August. Oh, it's your wife's birthday. Awesome. Awesome. She gets to spend it with him while dressed up as Myers, posing for pics with other people. Lucky her. Well, she is definitely a trooper and a keeper then. Yeah, if she's willing to do that and is cool with that, then yeah, I would say she's a keeper. Like my wife. If she puts up with all of my weird Michael Myers weirdness, including having our 6.5-foot Michael Myers animatronic from Party City last year up in our living room year round, you know, yeah, I'd say that's a keeper. So yeah, happy birthday to her and to H20. Right? Let's raise a toast. Let's raise one up, light one up, throw one back, whatever you're doing. And again, if you're not drinking, I ain't encouraging anybody to drink that doesn't want to. But if you are, there's nothing wrong with that either. Let's have a toast to H20 and to Lito's wife. Happy birthday to both. And happy Michael Myers Monday. David says Paramount releasing this by itself may be why Scream Factory couldn't release it separately. Yes, that is exactly what I was thinking. Yes, I think that's totally what the deal was that Paramount already had the plan to do this, and that's why it had to be released with the others. Now, do you guys know, did Paramount have the rights last year even when that 3-pack came out? Because if so, and that was part of the deal from the get-go, was like, okay, you can do the 3-pack, but then we're going to do them individually as steelbooks. That way we're not competing with each other. I'm just wondering if that was a predetermined agreement, then that might mean that, yes, we will get those Scream Factory bonus features carried over. I hope they do. I mean, even if it's the 2015 bonus features that were released, like I said, in the Ultimate Collection, there were some great bonus features in there, including Jamie Lee Curtis and Steve Miner commentary track, which is very well done. And then last year when they did that 3-pack with 6 and 8, I believe there was a few extras, new stuff thrown in from 2015. Was there from H20? I know it was mainly Resurrection that got mostly the new bonus features in last year's release. But I want to say there was at least 1 or 2 new interviews or featurettes in the H20 set. But I don't know. I might be mistaken on that. But you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Awesome. Brett Patrick has checked in. Happy Michael Myers Monday, man. Welcome. Another one of our esteemed channel members. You too can use those cool custom emojis like the H3 Silver Shamrock Pumpkin, like the H1 opening credits jack-o'-lantern that you see there, like Michael from HK coming out of the fire, Michael. You too can use those custom emojis and get lots more cool perks and treats. When you become a channel member, it's just $5 a month, and every bit helps us. And like I said last week, right now, every bit, every penny, in fact, helps the HDN H45 fund to basically get us out there to the West Coast from the outer realm over here on the East Coast. All right. All right, guys. We do have a few other cool merch updates I want to let you know about. And I do have a fun flashback clip we're going to take a look at in a few minutes. Before we get into that, though, since we're talking cosplay, I guess this is technically maybe our first shout out of the night. Maybe. Let me see if I can pull this up. Our buddy, The Shape of Winter, another great Michael Myers cosplay and friend of HDN's and very active, awesome participant of Michael Myers Monday every week on all social media. Love his accounts. So follow him on social media, The Shape of Winter. He's probably still lurking in the live chat somewhere, silently maybe, as Michael possibly, but he's in there. And he launched a new contest, or he's launching it tomorrow, actually. And it's going to run from August 1st through September 8th. And it's called the Best Myers 2023 Challenge. And it's a photo contest where you will use the hashtag, tag his account, and, well, here, let's just go over to Instagram, and we'll pull up what he posted today. And again, Shape of Winter is here in the live chat, so if you've got questions, he's going to be best suited to answer them tonight than I am. But I think this is awesome, and I'll be watching this hashtag and seeing some of these entries because I love y'all's cosplay. So this is the deal. Shape of Winter posted earlier today on Michael Myers Monday. So I guess technically this is our first Michael Myers Monday shout-out. And we'll do more shout-outs later on, as well as launch a new poll and look at last week's poll results. So all that's still coming. But first, let's let you guys know about this contest. Okay, so last year, the goal with this challenge, The Shape of Winter says, which, by the way, this is his Instagram account. Follow him at The Shape of Winter on Instagram. I believe that's his name on all the socials. Last year, the goal of this challenge was to inspire the community to showcase their best cosplays. Vote for your favorite Myers and crown the next winner of this annual contest, because now it's annual. This is the second year. The rules are straightforward, must be followed in order to enter correctly into the challenge. And I believe there's going to be some kind of prize awarded at the end. Maybe you can tell us what that may be. This year, yes, the rules are very simple. You must be following The Shape of Winter. So again, that's at The Shape of Winter. And I put a link to this post in the description of our video. Participants are limited to one photo submission each. So that'll be hard for some of you cosplayers to pick one to enter. Just one. All participants must present themselves in a respectful manner during selection. Any disrespectful behavior towards contestants will result in disqualification. I like those rules. I support those rules. So you've got two options on how to enter. Basically, you just can submit via a post on Instagram where you post your photo to your Instagram page, tag at The Shape of Winter, and also use the hashtag Best Myers of 2023. That's hashtag Best Myers of 2023. The other option is share your post on the story and do those and tag The Shape of Winter and Best of Myers 2023. And you must be following The Shape of Winter, which you should be following him anyway, as well as following Lito and all these guys because they're always posting amazing, awesome Michael Myers cosplay content, which we love to see. So I will be looking at that hashtag and looking forward to seeing some of The Shape of Winter's entrants and, of course, the ultimate winner. Stoked for that. I like seeing everybody toasting H2O. Happy birthday, H2O. Lito. Brett getting hyped to meet up with everybody at 45. Teen Wolf says we definitely need to group up before or after the con. Gotta show you guys Magnolia in Burbank. It's literally Halloween Street. Hell yes. Lito wants to tag along on the Magnolia trip. Oh my god, guys. Yeah. Yeah, we'll once it gets closer, we'll have to start planning specifics, but yeah. It's getting close, I know. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be so hype. Yeah, this is the first Monday in a while where there's like not an H45 update. I feel like I could just repeat what you've said before, but no, I want to talk about some of this new merch. We've been talking about new merch, and some of you guys have pointed out. We talked earlier about that dog T-shirt and the dog costume, and we're covering new Halloween 2023 releases, the animatronics, the collectibles, and all that stuff. And Spirit Halloween, if you're watching our other reports on this channel outside of Michael Myers Monday, which maybe some of you don't, and that's fine too. But outside of the Michael Myers, outside of Haddonfield, I should say, Spirit Halloween had their flagship opening over the weekend, and their physical stores will start opening in the coming weeks. And as that's happening, more and more new 2023 products are being put up on their website at spirithalloween.com. And last week we talked about a couple new Myers-related products for 2023 that are out there, namely that Laurie Strode Michael Myers canvas, the LED Michael Myers shutter projector spotlight, and then there was a new sign we took a look at last week. Well, there's a couple other new ones to take a look at this week. And again, we're going to go over here to spirithalloween.com, and I have included direct product links to these first two we're going to look at, and I will add the others. But as you can see here, we've got a brand new, officially licensed Halloween The Curse of Michael Myers mini backpack keychain. It's $13, and yes, it's actually a keychain, not an actual backpack. Kind of an interesting concept for a keychain. It's a keychain that looks like a backpack. I mean, I'm guessing it's big enough that the zippers unzip and you can still kind of put some stuff in there, some goodies, some treats, some Scooby snacks. I'll look at the dimensions in a minute, but I tell you what, when I see officially licensed Curse merch, I like this image they use of the mask. It's always weird because the hand, though, and whenever they use this image from Curse promo or Curse merchandise, it's Michael wearing black gloves, which, I mean, yes, the man in black is in Curse, and he's wearing black gloves, but Michael never wears the black gloves, though. But I like that we see Kara Strode reflected in the knife there. Not a great likeness of her, but still a cool detail that her reflection is at all reflected there in the backpack. So I like the design of this. Let's see. It's 4.5 inches high by 3.5 inches wide. So, okay. It's a little bit bigger than your average keychain. It's big enough so that you can like clip to a belt loop or something and carry a few items maybe. So pretty cool for $13, right? And as has been the case in recent years, Curse, Resurrection, H2O, they're getting licensed a lot. And officially licensed products from those brands are showing up, like the dog costume from H2O. And here we have another officially licensed Curse item, and this one is really pretty cool. I think this is going to be a big seller for Spirit. I'm going to have to get myself one. I've not ordered one yet, but I did include the direct product link in the description of this video. This is the officially licensed Curse of Michael Myers Snow Globe, brand new for 2023 from Spirit Halloween, available in stock right now at spirithalloween.com. It is priced at $40. It is 7.5 inches high, and it lights up. You can see when you turn it on, there is a red LED light in the center, and of course, instead of snow, with it being Michael Myers and a Halloween snow globe, quote unquote, it's going to be more like a blood globe, right? That's little flakes of red that looks like just chunks of blood. And I guess it wouldn't be snow, since specifically, I'm just now thinking of this, guys, but it's the Curse of Michael Myers, right? It's not snowing blood, it's the Curse of Michael Myers. No, it's raining red, right? It's raining red. Yeah, it's raining blood. Yeah, I'm going to have to own this for myself. I don't know if I'm going to order it or try to find one out in the wild at a physical store. And they do have these from some of the other horror icons as well, but that'll be a discussion for another time. And Spirit this year is probably wisely limiting how many units can be purchased per order. This item, like a lot of them this year, limits just 2 units per order. And I dig Curse getting some extra love. You know, again, it's one of the weirdos in the franchise. My words. But I love the weirdos, like 3, like Ends, like Curse. Even like Rob Zombie's H2. And we've seen similar stuff like this, but here's some new gel clings we're getting this year. Priced at $10 each. I like that one on the right side of the screen. It says, "I'm a stalker, not a talker." That goes great with my new Not a People Person t-shirt. I love that jack-o'-lantern one there on the set on the left. There's a simple killing it. The Haddonfield license plate one is excellent. Okay, so some really, really cool ones here. And these gel clings, as you can see, officially licensed from Halloween Resurrection. And I will add the affiliate link to this as well in the description of this video. And cool that you get a 2-pack for $10. I can see those already hanging in the line queue area as you're checking out at Spirit Halloween. There is also a new t-shirt I have not seen before. This is new for 2023, a Halloween plaid crew long sleeve t-shirt. It is priced at $40. And here it says John Carpenter's Halloween, and we have a classic 78 image. And we have the 78 opening credits pumpkins. So while we're getting a lot of Curse and Resurrection and H2O merch this year, when it comes to this long sleeve shirt, I mean, they're calling it a plaid. I mean, it's kind of a flannel sweatshirt hybrid, it appears. You guys let me know what you think of this new shirt. You guys let me know what you think of this new t-shirt design. And yes, one more for this evening anyway. I guess lanyards are a thing, you know, as like just a style statement or whatever. But this is the officially licensed Curse of Michael Myers lanyard. Well, I say Curse of Michael Myers because that's definitely the image they have there. But look what they've got right here, guys. They're calling it Halloween 2. Now, I'm pretty damn sure that's a typo. because this image here, as we all know, everybody watching Michael Myers Monday knows that Tara never rests in peace. And this image here, that's the Curse of Michael Myers poster. Michael with that black glove that he never wears. Yeah, that's Curse. That's not H2. I like to touch this. Got a little knife attached to it. Let's see. And yeah, see, the band that goes around your neck actually says Halloween, the Curse of Michael Myers. So it's officially licensed from Curse, not Halloween 2, as it says incorrectly on Spirit's heading. But hey, we all make typos from time to time, right? Now this is interesting. This must be the backside of the strap. It's pretty cool. Okay, and then here's the shot of the whole thing. $7 Michael Myers, Curse of Michael Myers lanyard. Available this year from SpiritHalloween.com. Among many new 2023 Halloween products we've talked about in recent weeks here, we talked about that tarot card sign. We talked about a couple of the canvases. Of course, the new bobblehead at the sheet. The projector we talked about last week. And yes, they've got some of that wall decor. But if you're going to buy that officially licensed retro-style Trick or Treat Studios wall decor, well then, you need to be buying that from us directly at HalloweenDailyNews.com/shop. But everything else we talked about tonight in that last segment, you can find at SpiritHalloween.com. And again, I've included direct affiliate product links in the description of this video. All right, let me hear your thoughts on those products right now while I take a breath and a swig of my Michael Myers Mango Twist. Patrick Ring, that Halloween movie collector, has checked in late to the party, but it's all good. You sported your HDN shirt on the live watch along tonight. I'm sorry I missed it, man. I'm going to have to check it out now. I definitely will check it out. Thank you, Patrick, for doing that, for rocking the HDN, representing on your watch along tonight. I love it. Patrick, another one of our illustrious channel members here at the HDN Club. That's what we call channel members. It's just $5 a month. Come join the club. Become a member with us. We're going to set up a live event just for members only in the month of August. It's just going to be an informal hang, I think. And I'm going to have probably some kind of giveaway that evening, exclusive for channel members. It won't be anything huge because, again, we're on a budget. But it'll be something cool. Camp Bud says that lanyard must have been made by Good Times. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know who made it. Patrick, hopefully you got in before I was done with my merch updates. A few items that you're going to want to be ordering this evening, I'm sure, probably. Or you've probably already ordered, knowing you more than likely. But again, thank you so much for rocking that HDN shirt, man. And again, we've got our merch store up. We got merch out there. We got a new HDN mug. A couple of different designs of shirts. A lot of cool stuff. Hey guys, give me 1 minute. Talk amongst yourselves, and I will be right back. Brett, I'm just seeing that comment now that your snow globe was delivered broken. Okay, so yeah, definitely be careful. Yeah, like I said, that might be something personally I might wait. And now hearing that, I'm leaning towards I am probably going to wait until finding one maybe out in the wild in person at a spirit. Because you guys know I like to visit as many different spirits as often as possible once they start opening, which is happening in just a couple weeks. Um, but if you are going to order online, I fully expect those snow globes to sell out online. And then the only way to find them will be either at a spirit store or paying a lot more from somebody else. But thanks for the heads up, Brett. And good to hear that Spirit had good customer service. They shipped out a replacement same day. Yes, that's cool. That's very cool that they were able to do that. Yeah, a couple years ago, it's been a few years ago. You guys remember the Curse of Michael Myers statue that Spirit put out? I want to say, was it 2020 or 2021? It might have been 2020, that far back. It's very early in the Michael Myers Monday live stream days. I know that. And I got one ordered, and it arrived. And mine, we talked about it at the time. It arrived broken. Just one little piece. His hand was broken at the wrist. So, like, it would rest, like, because of the knife, it would rest, and the knife going into the pumpkin, it would rest perfectly in place, and you couldn't tell that it was broken, but it was, in fact, broken. And I went to Spirit customer service, and unfortunately for me, at that time, they did not have any, they were sold out. So they could not, they told me anyway, they could not send me a replacement, but they did give me a full refund. So I at least was okay with that. Okay, I don't really want a broken one, but I'll be okay with a broken one for free. Sure, okay, that works. So again, they did make it right in that way, and they were gonna send another one out, but they just they told me anyway they didn't have one, so I settled for the refund. And I could glue it back easily. I still haven't, honestly, because it sits on a shelf, it doesn't get moved, and it looks perfectly fine. But only I know his hand comes off, the knife comes out of the pumpkin. All right. Vibe says, you excited for Haunted Screams Expo 2023 in September? Yes, absolutely. Got to plug them as well. Haunted Screams Expo 2023. Hampton, Virginia this September. Yep, we will be there. Halloween Vibes is going to be there, rocking his Ghostface cosplay, I know. Yes, Teen Wolf. Pumpkinhead's also getting a 4K release. Yes, I saw that. Pumpkinhead, and which Pumpkinhead release I'm stoked for, but also Night of the Demons, the original, and both its sequels. Big old Scream Factory box set coming out, actually releasing on Halloween Day, October 31st. Pretty damn cool. I'm a big Night of the Demons fan. I love all the Night of the Demons films. So very excited for that, too, from Scream Factory. Lee the Machine Bowers has checked in. Hey, everyone. Did you see the new Halloween 78 shirts Gutter Garbs put up today? Just wondering, does Paramount own H20? No, Lee, I didn't see Gutter Garbs shirts. Maybe I'll pull them up here in just a second. Yes, from what I understand, Paramount has the home entertainment rights to H2O right now, and with H2O traditionally comes Curse and Resurrection. Somehow they always get lumped together in contracts, but yes, it's definitely Paramount that's releasing that this year's 25th anniversary 4K Steelbook of H2O. Let me see if I can pull up that Gutter Garbs real quick. Well, we got just a minute. If you guys don't mind, waiting while I'm typing something in. See, I like to have all the stuff that's queued up and ready to go as possible so everything just runs super smooth. But okay. All right, let's check these out. Oh, and they were dropping tonight. Good. So they are up now.
Yes, celebrating Michael Myers Monday in their own way, whether they were doing it on purpose or not. Appreciate them making this drop today on Michael Myers Monday. Check it out. Gutter Garb celebrating 45 years of John Carpenter's Halloween with 3 brand new t-shirts, part of the 2023 officially licensed collection. And these just dropped. So let's take a look at these designs. Oh, wow. I like all 3 of these designs already. Like, instantly looking at these. Okay, so moving from left, we've got the closet scene. That's Tommy Lee Wallace as Michael Myers. And I mean, I know it's an artistic rendition, obviously. And I love that the art is done by, well, some of this art is done by Nathan Thomas Milliner. I've got actually 2 of his posters he did for Scream Factory hanging behind me here in my office. The Halloween 3 and Night of the Demons on brand tonight. Posters were done by Milliner. Art is also done by Yannick Bouchard as well. So I love the closet scene. That one looks great. Tommy Lee Wallace. The one in the center, that's a very interesting design. We've got Michael, and it looks like he's doing the head tilt, about to pull the knife out of the chopping block. But already I can tell that my favorite of the bunch here is the one to our right as we are looking at this graphic. I might have to purchase that for myself. I love PJ Souls as a person. We all do. She's amazing. Love Linda as a character. Her death scene is my favorite kill in the original film. If I have to pick one kill out of the entire franchise of all of them, I go back to Linda. Because it's Michael wearing Bob's ghost sheet, being playful, and she's being playful at first. She's being playful and sexy and see anything you like, and then she gets weirded out. It's just the creepiest, scariest, most awesome Michael Myers being weird ass Michael Myers scene. And then when it finally comes, it is brutal. You know, it's the first time in the film we hear the dun 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 dun. You know, we think it's so played out. It's not. That's like the first time you hear it in the movie. It's Michael doing something I love whenever Michael does, which is wearing something other than his main mask. I mean, I love the main mask. It's iconic. It's perfect. But I love that I love when he puts on another mask or is wearing something else. Or in this case, just puts on another costume on top of his costume. Because his costume, of course, isn't his costume. His mask is his face in certain regards. It can be seen. But, all right, so I'm loving this. We see Linda from behind in the bed, you know, as Michael is entering. Yeah, that's a cool design. Props to Gutter Garbs for recreating the Ghost Bob scene. Yeah, and thank you guys for letting me know about that. Because, yeah, I didn't even see that post earlier today. But that is totally worth a mention, especially since they dropped them at 6:30 p.m. Eastern tonight on Michael Myers Monday Live. Yeah, I'm going to have to get that Ghost Bob t-shirt sooner or later for sure. Leto debuted a Ghostface at Midsummer Scream last Friday. I bet that was awesome, man. Now, portraying Ghostface would be a totally different vibe and mentality than the silent stalker of Michael, because Ghostface is more of a, at least in the very early, if you guys haven't watched my interview, you know I'm always going to plug interviews when we're talking about something that relates to somebody I interviewed, but talking to Lee Waddell, the original Ghostface in the opening scene of the first Scream movie, he told me how Wes Craven described the character of Ghostface to him as like a phantom. You know, the way he moves. And that's what Lee tried to do in that opening scene with Drew Barrymore. And so when you look at it like that, I know he's more thought of in later movies and due in large part to the scary movie movies as kind of the falling down slasher, the clumsy slasher. But no, he's a phantom. He's a ghost. He's quick and all that. So I'm sure you did awesome, man. All right. says, when Michael puts the phone near his mask, I wonder Laurie hears breathing like she did in Halloween Kills Extended Ending. Yeah, that's. I love everything about that scene, and it's my favorite kill because of all the reasons I've said. I mean, it's Linda being Linda, which she's the hot one of the group. She is, and she's being Linda in that scene. It's Michael being his most Michael, which to me, Michael is a brutal, cold-hearted, pure evil killer, but he's also a trickster. He's also a little 6-year-old kid playing dress-up on Halloween. You know what I mean? He's always mentally that 6-year-old kid playing dress-up. So I love that aspect of it. And I've always loved it from my earliest memories of watching it, even to now. I love that scene. And then when the kill does come, and it's so brutal, it's just brutal, and it holds. And then she's dead. And then, like you said, he picks up the phone. He's breathing. Laurie hears breathing. And we get, again, it's the first time we get the stalking music, the dun, dun, but it's also the first time in the whole movie where Carpenter lingers for a few seconds on the mask. It's when he's on the phone. We've got no glimpse of it up till then. Gotten over the shoulder things, little distancing, but it's the first, really good, clear, for more than just a half a second or so, look as he's on that phone. That scene, the Linda kill, it's got it all. I love all the kills in the original. There's many kills from the other films that I love almost as much, but to me, nothing can ever top that Linda kill for me. All right, it's almost midnight. Let's see, what else do we have? We got the polls and we got shout outs still to go. And I'm going to play a flashback clip real quick though. Let me let you guys know about this. I put the link in the description, and I told them I would share it. We were sent a new music video for a new song. I'm always looking for Halloween songs, Michael Myers songs, and this is from a band called Shadow of Misery. And I'm not going to play the whole song right here, but you can look at a little bit of their official music video, which they incorporate some clips from the film, and they have dialogue clips of Loomis speaking, and the song, very fittingly, is called "Survive the Night." And it's kind of like a sort of mellow alt rock ode to the original Halloween, and about just what the title suggests. Trying to survive that Halloween night when the boogeyman is coming. So just want to give them a shout out. Appreciate them sharing, and I'll be adding that to my Michael Myers songs playlist. All right, what I'm going to do now is, we've been counting down to 45 years of terror, and just celebrating this year's anniversary, and our own. This is our 11th year since launching HDN, and last year we spent a lot of time talking about our 10 years of doing this and the many interviews we've done. And while we've been celebrating H2O tonight, I do want to just plug my H2O interviews with Chris Duran, who played Michael Myers, as well as with Adam Ham-Bird, who played Charlie. I put links to both of them in the description of this video. Great interviews. Duran talks about the infamous CGI mask and his take on all of that. And Charlie. Adam actually reveals who the original killer was at one time scripted to be in an early draft of H2O. And spoiler alert, but it was going to be him. It was going to be Charlie, his character Charlie, in a very early version of that script. So read that interview with Adam Ham-Bird. Great stuff in there about H2O. But this week's flashback video does not have to do with H2O. It has to do with the great and legendary and awesome and lovable Dick Warlock, our friend, the iconic Dick Warlock. The last two Monday streams, we have shared some clips from my most recent interview with Dick Warlock, which took place in early 2021. So I'm going to share another clip from that same interview, and I know a lot of you have seen the interview and have seen these clips before, but they never get old, honestly. And we could all listen to Dick Warlock talk, and it's only about 5 minutes, and it'll give me a chance to catch my breath and shut the hell up for just a few minutes. But this is a fun clip, and this clip, as with most of the interviews we do, you know, I'll ask a question, and I'm somewhat trying to steer the interview, sort of. You know, I always have, you know, an agenda somewhat planned, but at the same time, I think it's always important to just let the person I'm talking to, if this inspires another line of thought, you know, the question and the answer they're giving, then that spawns another thought that takes them down another road that they want to talk about. Well, then I try to just go with the flow and go with that, and then we'll bring it back to wherever I was trying to go later on, or not sometimes. But with Dick Warlock, obviously, as I've talked about before, he's had such an amazing, unbelievable career. Going back to his early days with Walt Disney, all the way up to appearing in Spider-Man Sam Raimi and stuff like that. You know, so much good stuff, and he's got so many amazing stories. So every time we talk, it's like this. I'll ask a question, and he'll answer, but then that answer will bleed into like 3 or 4 other subjects, topics, questions that haven't been asked yet, but yet he's answering. And this kind of goes along with that. And so in the beginning, it's a very simple question. And I just was curious if, from his point of view, with making Halloween 3, was there any discussion ever around him that he ever saw, that anybody was ever at all just concerned in the least, or even just acknowledging the fact that there's no Michael Myers in Halloween 3? It's not technically true. He is in it. He's on TV a couple times. I always say that. It's not technically true. But for all intents and purposes, there's no Michael Myers in the movie. So that's where this clip begins, with me asking that question. And then you'll see it. He answers the question, and then it goes into some other stuff about Halloween 2 and some other stuff like that. So enjoy this clip from my 2021 exclusive interview with the legendary icon, Dick Warlock.
The other thing I was going to ask about Halloween 3, I was just curious if you remember at the time there being any talk or concern that you heard about the fact that it didn't have Michael Myers in that one, which obviously, you know, became a big thing at the time. Now, all these years later, in the last decade, it's really had a resurgence in popularity, I feel like, and fans have really come to embrace it for what it is and take it as kind of this anthology segment over here on the side of the franchise as its own unique thing, and a lot of people love it for that now. But of course, at the time when it was released, almost 40 years ago now, that that wasn't the case. Some fans were very confused and upset that there was no Michael Myers in it. Do you recall there being any talk or any concern that you heard of, or they just weren't thinking in those terms at the time?
No, as a matter of fact, when we ended part 2, I said, is there any chance I could keep this mask? And she said, you can keep all that stuff. We're never going to do another movie with that guy in it, that character in it. So I knew that when they called me for 3, that he wouldn't be around. I wouldn't be reprising the role at all. Of course, Mustafa would have said, no, I wouldn't, Chase. I thought the best, for my money, was Brad Marie.
In Halloween Resurrection?
Yeah, I thought he was the best Myers. And that includes Nick. You know, but well, with the first one, it was Tommy Lee Wallace stuff, all the action stuff, the knife in the wall up with the guy hanging and all breaking in the closet. And the reason for that Tommy told me was he was the production guy on the show, the production designer. So he was in charge of scoring walls and things that make things break easier and whatever. He knew where all that was at and how to do it, make it look good. So there was no objection to him doing it. You know, it was more of a team effort because it was non-union. They could get away with crossing lines. Whereas when they went in the second one, it was the guilds and the AFTRA and the SAG and all. And they kind of stayed in their own department. That made it a little bit different. You know.
Do you have a favorite scene from Halloween 2?
I always kind of tease people when I say the hot tub scene. And then I'm quick to say, but not for the reason you think, because I didn't see her from the front until the movie came out. They were all, I thought, I see some of the stuff they're doing now, and the stuff I did was, you know, I hated the one that,
Oh, yeah.
I hate that. God. And some of the walks, I thought, why didn't somebody say, can you kind of speed it up a little bit? I mean, yeah, I like the idea of him being more robotic. Because when Nick got up off the floor, it was mechanical. And that's why I did it the way I did it. And because I tried to follow some lead from the guy who did it before me.
Yeah.
Unlike George P. I don't know what the hell you guys did.
So you did try to.
A while, but no.
So you did try to follow Nick's performance, specifically as kind of he left it in that finale, that climactic scene after the closet where
the thing when he does this. I stole that because that was what the character did. Not that I was trying to follow his lead.
Yeah.
The only place I didn't, I don't think, is the walking. Although in a lot of scenes he didn't walk any faster really than I did.
Right.
But and actually there wasn't that much walking in number one.
That's true, yeah.
I did a lot of hallway walking and sneaking and
I think Michael is probably in part one the least of all the Halloween films, Michael himself. With each consecutive film, they kind of showed more and more of what Michael was up to. But that first one, he's in very, very few, until those last few minutes, really. It's really quick, minimal shots of him. And like you said, it was a collaboration, of course, in the 78 film between.
And it's still my favorite of all of them.
Yeah.
Awesome. It's like Jaws. It's the first one. It was 50 minutes or more before you saw the shark, because John Williams had boom, 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 boom. That was the shark until you actually saw it. And that was the suspense for me.
Oh, man. Again, I mean, if you have not checked out that full interview, obviously, I would urge you to do so at your leisure. Always a pleasure talking to Mr. Dick Warlock. I've had the pleasure of interviewing him on the record twice. The first was a written interview back in 2015. The second was that video interview, which was recorded in early 2021. We've gotten to speak and actually hang out a few times, other than those on the record, formal conversations, actually. And he's just an amazing dude, and the stories and the stuff he's been through and the dangerous, life-threatening stuff he's done to make other far more household name people look like total badasses, when it was really Dick Warlock was the badass on screen there. But check out that interview if you haven't. And as you can see, you see what I mean in that interview. We started talking a little bit about Halloween 3. And but then that leads into some Halloween 2 talk. And then Dick reveals his personal favorite Michael Myers actor being Brad Laree. And he said that before. He said that in my first interview. He said again. And then it goes all the way back to, it's kind of like we're traveling back in time. We started with Halloween 3 and we jumped to Resurrection for a second, back to H2, and then all the way back to 78 by the end of that clip. But that's the way the conversation goes sometimes, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
All right, before we go any further, we still got a poll results. We got a new poll to launch, and we got tonight's shout-outs. But first, everybody, light them up. Raise a toast. We have a new channel member, and I don't know how I missed it earlier this evening, but apologies. But Hollywood Lito himself has joined the HDN Club, our newest channel member. I love it. Yes, we have Lito now in the club. So if that's not reason to join, then I don't know what is. So everybody, let's pause and raise one up in honor of our new HDN Club member. Members, you know what to do. Welcome Lito to the club, and non-members, again, no pressure. I know we're all broke. Hey, I get it. I'm not, but you know, every penny helps, like we always say. So we got to recognize our channel members when we get some new blood. Love our new blood. Welcome, Lito. I see y'all talking about the shoulder pads that George Wilbur wore in H4. Yeah, now I wonder if somebody is going to go that far. That was one of the great thrills of H40 in 2018, was seeing not just the Michael Myers and Laurie cosplay, but so many different cool sequel film-specific, scene-specific cosplays. That I really love, and seeing some that you don't see so often. You know, the Annies and the Tinas and people like that. I loved seeing that. I saw a couple Buckies. You know, Bucky from H4. A couple Buckies in 2018, which was extra cool. You know, because it's the only convention I've ever seen Bucky cosplay at, and there was more than one. It was really cool. But yeah, I don't recall seeing the H4 shoulder pad Michael there. So there's a challenge for any of you H4 specific enthusiasts. If you really want to pay tribute, this is somewhat of a challenge. If you really want to pay tribute to the late great George Wilbur at this year's H45, you're going to need the shoulder pads, I think. And then find us if we don't find you first. Let's see. Lito, thank you, man. You are awesome. You are awesome. And you're awesome at what you do, and I know you're one of us totally. You're not just a talented performer, because, again, he really does encapsulate Michael Myers, and as is many of the cosplayers we've seen out there, but you're one of us as a fan as well. So you're going to fit in just right here. Thank you. Teen Wolf. I can get behind that. Oh, I missed what Lee said about one thing about H6 I didn't like is Michael Myers' speed walk. And then Teen Wolf has an interesting take that she can get behind that because he was trying to get to his son back. He was in full desperate mode to get his child back. He was a tornado of destruction. I like that term. Tornado of destruction. That's cool. I like that. Lisa's just wondering, how creepy would it be if Michael didn't have a mask and just stuck with the bandage mask the whole movie? In H4, you mean? I love the bandage look. I kind of call it the mummy look, but I love that early look. That's Tom Morgan in the bandages, and I love that look. Like I said, it's just one of my things. Like, I love anytime Michael Myers is wearing something other than like his traditional mask. And I always love the traditional mask. But I love in H1 when he's wearing the clown mask. I love when he's wearing the ghost sheet. I love in H5 when he's wearing Mike's brute mask. I love in H4 before he gets his new mask from the costume shop when he's just wearing the bandages. And I love when he gets his new jumpsuit, and he's still in the bandages. Such a cool look. Fast forwarding a little bit, I love in Rob Zombie's Halloween the escape mask that Tyler Mane is wearing, that orange pumpkin escape mask in the beginning of that. I love that. I love his version of the Young Michael Clown mask as well. So I love anytime we see stuff like that. Tyler Mane's unmasked, bearded self. Wow, it's a look I could probably pull off if I just stopped shaving everything right now down to October. I could probably, even though it'd take two of me to be as tall as Tyler. But facially, I could probably pull that look off. But as an alternate Michael look, I don't love it as much as his other still masked looks. All right. And again, thank you, Lito, and thank you sincerely to all channel members. And I'll say it again at the end, but thank you sincerely to all of you subscribers, just chat members, chat participants, I should say, Michael Myers Monday Live viewers, participants. You guys just make my week every time we do this, and you never cease to surprise me, even when I think I got to get a handle on how everything's going to go and what we're going to do. There's always surprises, and more often than not, it's super pleasant, like, oh, wow, cool, surprise. All right. Every week we do a Michael Myers Monday poll, and we also go over the results of the previous week's poll. So first, let's look at last week's poll results. Last week we asked, what existing Halloween franchise character would you most like to see brought back in a future project, be it the next movie or be it some kind of TV series or something. Some next project, what existing character who has been introduced in some way in previous films, not counting Laurie or Michael, because let's just assume we're going to give Laurie a rest for the time being, and let's also assume that whatever happens next, Michael will be involved in it in some way. I don't think they're going to do a sequel to Halloween Ends, bring Corey back from the dead, and not have Michael show up, even if it's Michael showing up in the last scene of the whole movie. I don't think they would do that. He would show up in the last scene at the very least. So, removing Laurie and Michael, what existing characters? So, the options I put out there, the most obvious and my personal choice, as I've expressed to you guys many times, is Dr. Loomis. We've seen two really great performances, two great actors, I should say, as Loomis over the years. I think the time is right for a new interpretation. I want to see a young Loomis. I want to see him, around the time he takes the case of 6-year-old Michael Myers. Even before then, maybe. And you could stretch out a series the way they did the Hannibal series or the Bates Motel series. I loved both of those series. I loved how they did them, how they retold, but also kind of remixed the stories we already knew about those characters. Again, just throwing it out there, but my proposal would be some kind of series on a Dr. Loomis set at Smith's Grove. Let Michael be young Michael. Let him be there, but don't even show him. Let him be referenced. Let him just be lurking in the corners, but let it be a case by case. It'll be almost like X-Files, you know what I mean? Cool cases coming in. And I'd even go so far as to say, and this is not new, regular viewers have heard me say this before, it's my pitch, but my pitch is, let each season culminate on Halloween, take place in the weeks leading up to October 31st, and let it always get especially weird around Smith's Grove around October 31st. Maybe because everybody subconsciously is weirded out by that little kid that down the hall that, in room 31. Anyway, so Dr. Loomis, Sheriff Brackett, Dan Chalice from H20, Jamie Lloyd, or Corey Cunningham. Which of these characters? Or, of course, you're free to write your own in. Now, the overwhelming winner with 66% of 110 votes is, of course, the only logical choice, Dr. Loomis. Coming in at a very respectable second place, however, at 25%, is Jamie Lloyd. A lot of talk, a lot of chatter about a Jamie Lloyd bringing that character back. Maybe some fans want it. it would certainly be interesting. My only reservation with that, and again, watch my interview with Danielle Harris elsewhere on this channel. I asked her straight up if she'd come back, if asked, and of course it all depends on the script, the story, the director, all that stuff. But what she told me in short was, yeah, she would come back to reprise Jamie, but she's not interested in coming back to do another cameo or to play a third character in this franchise. But if it was reprising Jamie Lloyd in a way that made sense to her, she would totally be down. Watch my interview with Danielle Harris for more on that. Then the rest didn't get very many votes. With 3rd%, with just 6% of the vote, is Corey Cunningham, which oddly comes in higher than both Sheriff Brackett at 2% and Dan Chalice at 1%. I guess a lot of people just forgot who Dan Chalice was, or just you truly don't want to see a sequel to Season of the Witch with Tom Atkins. I mean, Tom Atkins could play Dan Chalice right now. What if he's playing that character at his current age? Stacey Nelkin is out there right now. We could bring them back. Well, I don't know how we would bring her back exactly, but we could. We could figure out a way. She could play her character's twin sister or something. And maybe he freaks out when he sees those 3 masks back on the market and starts seeing that commercial hitting not the TV airwaves, but the internet airwaves. All right, to our comments, Dr. Loomis. This is from Ginther6668, says Dr. Loomis. For sure, the relationship between Loomis and Michael is what separates the Halloween franchise from other slashers. I can't argue with that statement. It is a unique relationship. It was always cool that Loomis was what vocalized and told us, the audience, exactly what Michael was. It was Loomis. If you rewatch the original film, it's Loomis and Tommy Doyle. They are the 2 characters who throughout the movie see Michael not as a man, but as the boogeyman, the ultimate evil, a force of evil. And it's not until Laurie at the very end comes to that realization that was the boogeyman. Well, as a matter of fact, it was. Yeah, she gets it. Everybody else, they don't get it until then, but it's those 2. And yeah, Loomis is the one that gives it voice in all of those movies that he appeared in. And our own Joseph the Horror Guy, another regular viewer here, friend of the channel, he says, I want to see a direct sequel to Halloween 4 and do a new storyline of the movie, bring back Danielle Harris as Jamie Lloyd and Ellie Cornell even as Rachel, and have one more final showdown with Michael Myers. Wow, now you're talking about if you're bringing Ellie back as Rachel, which is an interesting idea. Well, I guess if you were going to requelize, I don't know, how would you do that? You know, because we see her dead in H4, but I guess you'd say she survived somehow. Just, you know, like how they resurrection. Oh, surprise! That what Michael that Laurie killed at the end of the other movie? Is that how we would do it? I guess I don't know. That's an interesting idea. All right, so as we've been yapping here, we launched this week's new poll, and you guys might have some opinions on this because I debated on how to even list these options. And again, the options are a weird thing because it's a poll, so we want to put options, but then it's also a YouTube poll that only allows me to put 5 options, so I can't list like as many as I might want to. That's why I always say if your pick is not among the options, write it in the comments below. So about an hour or two, hour and a half ago, we launched this week's poll, and we're asking, an oldie but a goodie, what's your favorite mask? What's your favorite mask from which of the franchise movies? And your options, we put the Halloween 78, and I included Halloween 2 with that because it is technically a mask from 78 that was used in 78. That's what Dick Warlock wears. They didn't make a new one for H2, even though, admittedly, it does look very different when Warlock is wearing it as opposed to when Castle is wearing it, or Tommy Lee Wallace is wearing it for that matter. Looks very different in H2. But I listed them as one option. Maybe that was loading that option and guaranteeing it to win. I don't know. But the other option, and again, you can write in what you think should be the correct answer. The next option I picked, I kind of skipped over 4 and 5. Honestly, they're not my favorite masks. If they're yours, write it in. I want to hear from you. But I know a lot of people like the Curse of Michael Myers mask, and I happen to really like that one as well. At least in the Jamie Lloyd trilogy, I tend to go with the Curse mask. H20, there's a couple masks in there. So which one? I like when they were using the Curse one actually in there. So I didn't make that an option, but certainly it's you can vote on that. Resurrection as well. A lot of people like that mask. I'm not a huge fan of it myself, but I do really like Rob Zombie's 07 mask. So that's an option. And I love Christopher Nelson's rendition of the Halloween 2018 mask. And even though ends, it's kind of still the 2018. I mean, we know Christopher did sculpt brand new masks for all 3 movies. They are all new molds and sculpts. So I put ends as the 5th option. So we've already gotten up 20 votes since we launched at 10:45 tonight. And taking the early lead so far, not surprisingly, with 65% of those 20 votes, those first 20 votes, is Halloween 78/H281. In the second place already, with 25%, is Halloween 2018. And we have Curse and Halloween 07 both tied currently for third place with 5%. And our first comment on this week's post is from Doomsgate, who says, Prestige mask from Dead by Daylight. Well, I guess, yes, you're welcome to write that in. I did say in the question specifically featured in the franchise movies, I guess in retrospect I could have and maybe should have just left it as featured in the franchise, period. And that way you can include Michael's looks in video games and so forth. But again, if that's your pick, go for it. Write it in. And again, you can find our polls every week, every Monday in the community tab here on YouTube. And real quick, we are going to jump over now and do a couple Michael Myers Monday shout-outs. We do this every week. Back in almost 10 years ago when we started the hashtag Michael Myers Monday, and we just wanted to celebrate this fandom and our favorite fictional serial killer and make a sucky day of the week, maybe everybody's typically least favorite day of the week. How can we make it awesome? Specifically, make it killer. And Michael Myers Monday was born, the hashtag. And I looked it up, and nobody had used that hashtag before we did. Not on Twitter, not on Instagram, not on Facebook, nowhere. So we started that hashtag October of 2013. Now, I did consider Myers Monday, and a lot of people still use that, and that works, but the reason we didn't go with that, I've told this story before, but for anybody new and hadn't heard it in a while, the Myers Monday, hashtag Myers Monday, hadn't already been used. And here's the thing, not by people posting about Michael Myers. So, even though I didn't know it had been used, and I felt like I had just thought of it myself, somebody else had thought of it in some way and used it for something else. It was like a law firm, like Myers and Myers at Law, or something like that. Myers and Loomis at Law. Myers, Loomis, and Strode. Call Myers, Loomis, and Strode. Hadfield's best. Anyway, the point is somebody had already used it, and not for Michael Myers even. So I was like, well, I don't really want to use it. I want to use one that never, ever, so I know it's a brand new hashtag, and see if we can kickstart this. So that's why we went with the much longer Michael Myers Monday. It takes a lot more characters, a lot more letters, a lot more time to type out, a lot more syllables to say. But hey, here we are. Now it's Triple M. That's all we got to say, right? So anyway, enough of the history lesson. Let's go over to Twitter for tonight's Triple M shout-outs. This first one comes from Peter Poole at PeterP0375838892 on Twitter. He says, looking at the week ahead, like Happy Michael Myers Monday. Speaking of H5. Also from Twitter today, this one is posted by Pinup Girl parody account at Mother Mayhem 31. She says, sound on, don't look now, it's Monday. Happy Michael Myers Monday, y'all. You are awesome and you got this. Be safe. Have a monsterific day. Love you, my beautiful besties. All right, well, we love all those words of inspiration and encouragement, but I'm going to do exactly what she says and actually turn the volume on for this one. This clip comes from a TikTok account. I don't know if you're following this account on TikTok, but they are great. And this type of video is all they post on TikTok. Like, that's all their TikToks are what you're about to see here. And just like this one, they're all amazing and awesome and hilarious.
Oh, shit! Oh, yo, what the fuck? Oh, shit! Oh, yo, what the fuck?
I'll find that TikTok account and share it with you guys next week if you remind me. But, yeah, this was shared by Pinup Girl on Twitter today. Or is it X? I don't know. I tweeted, if Twitter is now called X, what is tweeting now called? And here's another one for you to ponder. If it's not called Twitter, then why am I here now looking at these shout-outs? And on my browser it says that I'm on Twitter.com, but yet this is a website that supposedly is no longer called Twitter. I don't know how that works. You guys tell me. Anyway, this is an oldie but a goodie. How Monday creeps up on you every weekend. Posted by Shane Saw Massacre at Final Dude 78, who says, just another Michael Myers Monday. We've seen this meme before. I think I've shared it before, but it never gets old. And it's just an example of what I'm talking about, how Michael Myers Monday has very much taken on a meaning of its own for many different people over the last decade. I mean, many people take it as Monday is Michael creeping up on you. But then other people take it as like a Monday motivation type thing, where it's like attack Monday and attack this week the way Michael attacks. So you can really make what you want out of it. It works for whatever you need on any given Monday. All right, let's move over to Instagram now. This one comes to us from The Shape of Amy on Instagram, who says simply, staycation. I dig it. I dig it. Taking her Michael cosplay to the beach. Perfect for the last day of July / first day of August, which we have now entered officially here on the East Coast as I'm yapping away here. But yeah, she's got her pumpkins out on the beach along with her Michael Myers mask. Great looking mask and great looking jack-o'-lantern bikini too. Love it. That's The Shape of Amy on Instagram. And one more for this week. This is from our friend, another friend of the brand, the great Tyler Main. Posted this on his Instagram today. He says, it's Michael Myers Monday, and some people love Michael a lot in big letters. I always try to be really careful when parents aim me their children, but in this case I had two big responsibilities and two pieces of precious cargo that I had to be careful not to drop. He says, congratulations again to Curtis and Sammy on the surprise proposal, and thanks for letting me take part in your special moment. By the way, your kid nailed it. He handed that ring over like a pro, better than I could have done. Impeccable timing. So, now that he's described it all for us, watch the magic happen here.
Oh, no, Amanda.
Me.
He's got something for you, Sam. He's got something for you, Sam.
What are you? What are you doing?
Well, what do you think? Hurry up.
Pretty awesome.
Thank you very very, very much. Thank you very much.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And, you know, I've shared that clip that we were able to capture back in 2018 when we were at the H2 panel. And speaking of Dick Warlock, he got up there and called a young couple up, and there was a surprise proposal in front of everybody at the H40 convention 5 years ago. And we were fortunate enough to be right there and able to capture the whole thing on video for them. And that video is elsewhere on our channel as well. Just search for the H40 playlist and you'll see all that stuff. But gotta love the love within this franchise, right? Pretty damn cool. All right, I'm going to take one more look over here in the live chat tonight, and then we're going to get out of here. Let's see. Yes, Teen Wolf, I agree. Such a sweet proposal. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, that's damn right. Josh Willard has checked in. What's up, man? Welcome. Happy Michael Myers Monday to you. Lee's already casting his vote for the 78 mask. Yeah, I think that's probably going to win. Might be unfair to even include it, but, you know. And now, wait a minute. It looks like I missed a super chat. Let's go back and recognize the great and powerful Andromeda 1741 channel member extraordinaire. And tonight, gifting us with a $5 super chat. You are amazing. You are awesome. You are killer. She says, all hail the great Mr. Warlock. Yes, wouldn't let me send chat with his first name. Can you believe that? Oh my God, really? Oh my God. We don't even have anybody like mods policing this or something, but YouTube wouldn't let you type his actual first name. Yeah. I mean, it does sound a little odd when I'm saying his first name as constantly as I do on here sometimes, but you know, we're on a first name basis. What can I say? Thank you, Andromeda. Everybody, you know what to do. Let's pause and raise one up for the great Andromeda. We love you. Happy Michael Myers Monday, and thank you so much for the super chat. Every penny helps our fund to help get us to Pasadena in, wow, just under 2 months now. Holy crap, it is coming up soon. It's going to be amazing. Yes, Andromeda does rule. You're right, Rob. Hell yes, Josh. Yes, Mr. Warlock, he is such a sweetheart. He's the best. We love him. I can't say enough nice things. Always awesome. Always fun. Lito says drinkers for Andromeda. Not encouraging drinking or anything. But, you know, it's like if you got them, smoke them. You know, if you're holding a beverage, whatever it is, fruit juice, orange juice, H2O. H2O, that'd be pretty fitting, right? Hey, yeah. Here we go. Happy birthday, H2O. Little H2O. Can never have too much, right? Andromeda, you all rule. No, you rule. You rule. You totally rule. You listen while you're on the road, and you can't even watch, but you're listening to us as you're driving, and then you get where you're going, and then you come in, and you're hooking us up. You're already a channel member, and you're hooking up the super chats. No, you rule. You are awesome. You are awesome. Totally awesome. We appreciate you. We love you. And yeah, we love all you guys. I mean, our channel members, our non-channel members, our Triple M crew. That's what I call you guys. I call you guys that when we're here and I'm talking to you. And when I'm talking about you, whether it's to my wife, to our friends, to anybody, you know, it's like, yeah, you know, this Michael Myers Monday thing, and we got the Triple M crew, and that's you guys, the regulars, the here every Monday, every week. You know who you are, and many of you will hit me up privately Hey, are we doing it tonight? You know, are we going live? Or you'll hit me up privately. Hey, look what I found at this store. Or hey, you know, did you get your tickets for this? Did you see this went up online? And I so appreciate all that. And I don't always recognize every single one of you by name when those things happen. I should do better with that. I'm going to try to do better with that. But you guys, yeah, like I said every week, you guys are great. You totally, you know, every Monday, it's always a little bit in the back of my head of like, is anybody going to be there tonight if we go live? What if they're all watching somebody else's live stream tonight, or they're all doing something else? But every week, you pleasantly surprise me and shock me in the best ways. So, as always, thank you. Can't thank you guys enough. This has been a blast. So much fun. So much exciting stuff coming your way here on the channel and always at HalloweenDailyNews.com. If you want to see that artwork, we didn't even look at the reverse artwork, the back artwork of the H20 4K tonight. But all of that H2O stuff, including the pre-order link, is up at HalloweenDailyNews.com. And lots of other stuff. Like I said, we got cool interviews coming your way. Some of the actor interviews, specifically one or two that I had planned for this franchise, it's kind of iffy right now given the strikes and all that. So, but I got some other cool stuff that we're working on coming your way very soon. So you're not going to want to miss any of that. Lito says drinking water actually, but did just eat a pot cookie. So, well, then there you go. Yes, honestly. And a pot cookie is honestly much better for everybody than alcohol anyway, if you ask me. So you're getting the best end of the deal, I think. Josh, thank you, man. Thank you so much. David Suber, of course, thank you so much, man. Lito, welcome to the club. Happy to have you here. Andromeda, you are awesome. Patrick, all you guys. Teen Wolf, of course, Teen Wolf. I hope your situation's going well. I know you've been kind enough to let us know that you were going through some stuff the last couple of weeks, and I hope this week is going well and better for you. We hate to hear any of our community here going through any kind of drama and toxicity in their life. So if you are, just hang on, be tough, be Lori, surviving through the night, right? And just know that we got your back, all right? We got your back, and we love all you guys, and I love all of you guys. All right, guys. It is well after midnight, well after the 2-hour mark. We are into Trick or Treat Tuesday now, Terrifier Tuesday, whatever we're going to call it. Tina from H5 Tuesday. I don't know. Anyway, this is when I start getting loopy and saying silly stuff. So I'm going to get out of here, finish my beverage, and try to get some sleep here tonight. You guys do the same. If you haven't subscribed yet, and you've watched this long, you definitely want to do that because we do this type of stuff all the time. Thank you again to our channel members. Welcome again to Lito. And to any of our new viewers joining us for the first time tonight, thank you sincerely. Welcome. I hope you'll think about joining us again. And to all of my returning friends, I love you guys. You guys are best. I really mean that. Like, this is my favorite of all the social media interactions, postings, videos, just all the stuff we do on this weird internet web sphere thing. This is my favorite. You guys, this is my favorite. So, and I'm not just saying that. I think you guys know that and recognize that. So, all right. As always, I'm Matt Arts for Halloween Daily News. Thank you all so much for hanging out and chatting with me tonight. Until next time, happy Michael Myers Monday!